Right now in Delta State, something very interesting is happening in the political space, and many people are talking about it across Nigeria. The discussion started after former presidential aide openly praised the governor of Delta State, Sheriff Oborevwori, saying that the governor helped prevent the Delta chapter of the All Progressives Congress from falling apart. That statement alone has made many people curious because normally when we talk about political parties collapsing,
it means there were serious disagreements inside the party. What the former presidential aide explained is that before now, the APC structure in Delta State had been struggling with internal disagreements. Different political groups inside the party were not always seeing things the same way. In politics, this kind of situation can create tension. When leaders within the same party disagree for a long time, it can weaken the party and sometimes even affect their chances during elections.
Thus now, according to the explanation that was given, the situation in Delta State began to change when Governor Sheriff Oborevwori made a major political move and joined the APC. In Nigeria's political system, when a sitting governor joins a new political party, it usually changes the entire political structure of that state. This is because governors often have large political networks. Many local leaders, party members, and supporters usually follow the governor's political direction. And so when Oborevwori moved into the APC structure, it brought a new level of stability to the party in Delta State. Some political observers believe that his presence helped calm tensions among different groups inside the party. They say his leadership style allowed different voices to feel included. And this is where the story becomes even more interesting. The former presidential aide said that the recent party congresses in Delta State showed that the party is now more organized. For those who may not know, party congresses are internal elections that political parties conduct to choose their leaders at different levels. These elections happen at the ward level, local government level, and eventually at the state level. In many states across Nigeria, these congresses sometimes create conflict because different groups want to control the party structure. When two strong factions compete against each other, things can become complicated. But according to people who observed the process in Delta State, the congresses were conducted peacefully and in an organized way. That is one of the main reasons the governor was praised. The former presidential aide explained that the peaceful congresses showed that unity was returning to the party. Instead of constant disagreements, different members appeared willing to work together. And when you look at Nigerian politics closely, unity inside a political party is very important. But without unity, it becomes difficult for a party to prepare properly for elections. Now, as we continue this conversation, please take a moment to like this video and subscribe to the channel. If you enjoy clear political updates like this, your support helps this channel grow and it helps more people see these important discussions. Let's continue the gist. Another important thing that was mentioned in the discussion is that before these recent developments, the APC in Delta State had struggled to gain strong support during elections. In fact, political observers say the party sometimes found it difficult to secure enough votes in the state. Delta State has for many years been known as a stronghold of the People's Democratic Party. The PDP controlled the state for a long time and many political structures were built around that party. But politics is always changing. When a governor decides to move to a different party, and it can create a ripple effect, supporters who trust the governor's leadership may also decide to follow that political direction. This is why analysts say Oborevwori's movement into the APC may have strengthened the party's position in Delta State. Some people even say that what happened was more than just a political defection. They describe it as a movement that shifted an entire political structure. And when you think about the long-term effects, this kind of shift could influence future elections in the state. Another point that the former presidential aide highlighted is the leadership style of the governor. According to him, Oborevwori is known for maintaining calm discussions even when different opinions exist. In politics, this is an important quality because leaders must often manage many competing interests. When different groups feel respected and heard, they are more likely to cooperate. This is why some party members believe that the governor's presence helped reduce internal tension. And if you are enjoying this political breakdown so far, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel.
Also, share your opinion in the comment section because your voice is very important in these discussions. Now, let's talk about something that many political analysts are already thinking about. Even though the next general election may still look far away, political preparations usually begin very early. Leaders are already thinking about how their parties will perform in the future. This means that building strong party structures today can influence the results of elections tomorrow. If the APC in Delta State continues to remain united, it could improve their chances during future political contests. But at the same time, politics is unpredictable. Even when parties appear united, new disagreements can sometimes appear as new ambitions develop. As political leaders begin to prepare for future positions, competition inside the party can increase. So observers will continue to watch closely to see how the APC manages its internal balance. Another angle to this story is the broader political environment in Nigeria today. Across different states, political alliances are shifting. Some politicians are moving between parties and new political strategies are emerging. This is part of the natural evolution of politics in a democratic system. Our leaders constantly evaluate their political positions, and sometimes they decide that a different political platform will help them achieve their goals. For voters and citizens, the most important thing is how these political movements eventually affect governance and development. Because at the end of the day, people care about roads, schools, healthcare, jobs, and economic opportunities. Political stability can help leaders focus more on development. That is why many residents in Delta State will also be watching the governor's performance in office. They want to see how political unity inside the party will translate into progress for the state. Now, before we continue this interesting conversation, quickly, like this video if you have not done that yet, and subscribe to the channel. It really helps this platform bring more balanced news discussions to you. Let's keep going. So Governor Sheriff Oborevwori has been part of Delta politics for many years. Before becoming governor, he served as the Speaker of the Delta State House of Assembly. That role gave him experience in managing political relationships and building alliances across the state. Some political analysts believe that this experience helped him develop the ability to handle complex political situations. Managing politics at the state level requires patience and strong communication skills. Our leaders must be able to bring different stakeholders together even when opinions differ. And this may be one of the reasons some observers believe the governor was able to help stabilize the party. Another interesting aspect of this discussion is how national political leaders are watching developments in different states. Every state contributes to the national political picture. When a party grows stronger in a particular region, it can influence the overall political balance in the country. So developments in Delta State may also attract attention from national political strategists. They want to understand how party unity is evolving and how it might affect future electoral outcomes. For citizens who follow politics closely, this is a reminder that political stories often have many layers. What happens at the state level can sometimes shape conversations at the national level. And as always, public opinion also plays an important role. When citizens actively discuss political developments, it encourages transparency and accountability. That is why discussions like this are important. Now, before we continue deeper into the implications of this political shift, please remember to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Your support helps keep these discussions going. At this point, we have already talked about how the governor's move helped stabilize the APC structure in Delta State.
Like how peaceful congresses have shown signs of unity, and how analysts believe this development could influence future elections. But there are still more angles to this story that we can explore. For example, some political observers are asking whether this unity will remain strong over time or whether new political rivalries might appear as the next election cycle approaches. Politics often moves in cycles. Periods of unity can sometimes be followed by new competition.
So the ability of party leaders to manage these dynamics will be very important. And of course, citizens will continue to evaluate political leaders based on both their political decisions and their performance in governance. That balance between politics and development will shape how the public views these events.